Welcome to Life's Milkshake Moment. I am so excited about. I don't know that you can see, but this is my back-to-back t-shirt. It's Health Coach Jody, and we are here for Life's Milkshake Moment. Why are we doing tonight? Because this is XY Success Strategies Edition. This is our week. Saturday is when we will be having this amazing event with some of the most formidable thought leaders around. And why did I want to come bring this to you? Because it's so good to hear sometimes who we are, what it is, and why should I care? We're going to get to the why should I care with just one of the most brilliant young professionals that I've ever had the pleasure to be side by side and work with, Brooke Shearfield. But I want to bring you some information about the XY Success Strategies Seminar and how this came about. Many of you know me as Health Coach Jody, a million pounds lost, but what I'm bringing to this and why I believe my co-host Sandra Sutton came and said, Jody, we have to do this. I said, well, let's just do it, because Les Brown says, you don't have to be great to get started. Just get started to be great. And this is what we did. We just got started because 20 of my 40 years of being a health coach was in the corporate arena for executive health. This is what I know, entrepreneurs, especially in this COVID era. My message is one of hope with this as well, because we spend all of our health trying to get wealth. Then what do we do at the end of our life? Spend all our wealth trying to get our health. Well, let's just keep our health and work on our health while we're getting our wealth. What do you think? I think that's a great idea. So that's what my share is going to be. I am passionate about this. I have brought this message of peak performance in your health so you can have peak performance in all 6 areas and arenas and pillars of your life, starting with spiritual, then going to physical, mental, emotional, social, and financial. This is my message, and it is one that I believe you know somebody who needs to hear this. So what I'm going to say, I've just put it in the chat. You can go to HTTPS, you know that part, but it's XY Success-strategies.eventbrite.com. Why did we call it XY? There's an X chromosome and a Y chromosome now, isn't there? These are the blueprints that make you, your authentic you. And I talked about on my Facebook Live yesterday about to unearth your why, to unearth your authenticity. Nobody better to do this than our keynote speaker, the Forbes Riley. Needs no introduction. What she has done, become the pitch woman of Pitch Woman. Why? Because she believed, and she brought herself out of nothing into everything. That's unearthing the why, isn't it? And then we have Rex Sikes, Mr. NLP, absolutely one of the originators of this with his book, Life on Your Terms. He's been on our podcast a couple of times, and tomorrow I have the privilege, along with Sandra Horton, my co-host, to be live on the Los Angeles Tribune's TV show with Rex Sikes, All Things Rex. So tune in on that 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time. It is a pre-recorded event, but it was just so much fun doing that today. And then, speaking of Los Angeles Tribune, we have Mo Rock, 31, and has created this amazing brand for something that was just really dying by the wayside with the Los Angeles Tribune, and revived it. Why? Because he believes in abundance. And then we go to, speaking of abundance, Dame Doria Cordova. Think and Grow Rich only became a real entity because she was the coach for Robert Kiyosaki. So her Money and You program, amazing for the financial pillar. Talking about, have you ever felt like that last no just almost did you in? Well, never say no. From absolute poverty in Haiti to everything in Atlanta, GA, known as one of the foremost keynote speakers, Renee Godfrey, is going to be with us. And then the wisdom of the accidental gangster, Ori Spotto. Those are our key speakers. But this is a Ginsu Knife commercial. The EndNote speaker is the John Leslie Brown. Yes, the youngest son, and who Les Brown told me yesterday on the phone, my son is better than I am. When they say the apple doesn't fall from the tree, I just guess that means just the apple stayed on the tree. He's going to talk about your intention with intuition goes into inspiration. If that's enough, well, but wait, there's more. That's not enough. Now, is it? Tracy Malone talking about the 7-figure mindset. Dion Davis, a minister and a master's degree in theology, is going to bring mindset from a spiritual perspective to your true north. And Justine Pogrosky, the $1 million brander herself, who created our banner from Australia. Ashley Patterson, who is one of my Les Brown speakers, a great colleague, talking about acuity, just focused acuity on who you are, what do you want, and how you're going to get it with systems, because systems rule. If you don't do a brain dump every once in a while, what do you have? And Devin Rodriguez, 23 years old, wisdom of a 43-year-old, first lieutenant, commissioned officer in the U.S. Army, executive coach, to hear it from the next generation, along with Cadet Kane doing the same thing with the next generation of women's liberation and finance, and the Josh Payne talking about financial liberation from a software and investment and an educational perspective. Yes, I know this was an ad. I can't help myself because I know that $67, why did I pick that amount? Because it's my age. So this is a bargain. Next year, it's going to be 68. So let's do it today. But the main thing that I believe is the why with this is because, as I talked about abundance, that's one of Sandra's and my intentions with this, to create and share abundance. That's about our back-to-back kids. I'm going to be putting it in the chat. It's back4kids.com. I'm going to let Brooke Shearfield tell the story of how during COVID we came together, and through our own abundance, we made a difference to these kids that had nothing. Funding cut off. What were they going to do? So when you buy a ticket, not only for the $67, my age, remember, but you're going to get $500 in professional swag from these amazing speakers. But the proceeds go to the kids. Yes, you heard me. The proceeds go to the kids so they can have what they need: food, clothing, shelter, education. And Brooke is going to talk about the next program that we are doing. But I was going to say one other thing before I bring her on the screen. Brooke is one of these individuals. When I said Devin is 23 and he acts like he's 43, sometimes I forget that Brooke is in her 20s because of her wisdom, but it's her heart. That when we found out about these kids, she just said yes. Isn't that what you want to be around? Who you want to be around with? And yes, absolutely, Brooke is one of these people. And Brooke, thank you for coming back. Share with us. And by the way, kind of be up a little bit. I want everybody making an impact. Those are the new Canyon Kids t-shirts. Welcome back to Life's Milkshake Moment. As I said, life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely. Brooke, you chose that ingredient wisely to make a difference with the kids. So tell us a little background for those who don't know, and then we'll go in a little bit of how they can be a part.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks so much, Jody, for allowing me to be on this platform again. I've been on several times, and I'd love just to be able to expose what we're doing, give a little bit more information about our Kenyan Kids. And to all the viewers, we call them the Kenyan Kids. That's just a short nickname. But what it is these guys are orphans. And as you know, with orphans, they don't have parents. They don't have a mom and a dad to support them. So usually, it's the community that supports them. It's other people that have to take care of their needs. And with this, Dr. Amos Abuga, who was living in the United States at the time, working as a pharmacist. He's a doctor of pharmacy. He saw that there was this need of orphans who need to be taken care of in Kenya, Africa, which is where he was from. So what he did is he moved back to Kenya, Africa. He constructed the Abuga Memorial Orphanage School. That's what it's called. He constructed it in 2001 with only 20 kids. And he was able to grow this number up to 375 kids he was taking care of at one time. And he's just been taking care of them ever since. And people like you, Jody, you're truly making an impact with this platform, and just you as a person, along with many others around this world. We're all working together to fully fund this orphanage school. And at this orphanage school, we don't only just teach them the regular subjects in school, like the math and the science. It's also the personal development, it's the life skills, it's the things that really matter, the business knowledge. So we're very excited with things that are happening there. We're also doing projects like building a security wall around the perimeters so that intruders can't get in and hurt the kids or the staff there. Because several years ago there was an incident where that had happened. So increasing the safety for these kids. We provide the food, the water, we fund for the clothes, the shoes, the school supplies, and we also have some projects that are going on, like planting banana trees.
Yes.
Plenty of things that are going on, and Dr. Buga, he is the lead over there. And one thing that we are doing right now is shirts. So as you guys see, the shirt that Jody has on, that was a t-shirt fundraiser we did earlier this year, and then also last year. And then you see the shirt I got on. So it says making an impact, and it has the kids website, so backtobackforkids.com at the bottom. And instead of a fundraiser that goes away after a certain period of time, this is an online store. So you can go, you can get the gray like I chose, you can get a navy, you can get a white. We also have kid sizes, so we have a youth navy and a youth hot pink for those girls out there. And the 100% of the profits go towards funding the kids. And I want to read this quote. It says, "Life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives." So I think that going throughout our lives, it's very key to make an impact on other people's lives. And that's why I chose making an impact for this shirt, because you can truly make an impact.
And you have truly done this. You need to, now we're going to take a moment here. I want you to stand up, and I'm going to take a picture so we can send it to Dr. Abuga. There we go. So yeah, that is so adorable, because, you know, Brooke, when I was in Hawaii, I met Dr. Amos in 2018, and when here he gave up everything, ladies and gentlemen, that was a life's milkshake moment. He was called to do this. What a nice life. Texas, doctor of pharmacy, whatever, when he got back there, he was called. That was his milkshake moment. And you've got an opportunity to be a part of this. I went ahead and Robert Mailer says, awesome t-shirts for an incredibly important cause. When can you, I'm going to come back to this. Thank you, Robert. And Ori says, hi, when can you go ahead and think I can get personal development? I can contribute to this. It's not a fundraiser. Hear my heart. The money is going to the kids. Why? Because they deserve it. We have an abundance. We have it all. So just be a part of this, because not only will you get blessed, because when your glass is half empty, well, you have scarcity. When it's half full, you have abundance, and you make an impact. So, you know, remember when we did this thing, and hi, Gilda, it's nice to see you on here. I'll tell you something. I remember when we got the money together to start building the wall after that Hope online summit in May, the feeling that I had to go to our clubhouse room and say, Les Brown said he was going to make an impact. And then he was our keynote speaker, and he was EndNote. And then he said yesterday, as we're launching his now best, I'm an author in his compilation book, Ignite the Hunger in You. You'll be hearing about that next week. A Life's Milkshake Moment. What an awesome time that was. And before we got on the air, he asked me, he said, I see you're doing another event for the kids. He said, way to go to continue the vision. So we got another endorsement from him. And that's where is there's a portion, I was just going to say, on the website, if you go back for kids, there's a portion where they can be a monthly sponsor. Would you just expound a bit, like the Brown Corporation, or I've done with AGM Marketing Group? How can people get involved there?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of people that just want to give one time, even they want to give monthly. But there is a section, a sponsor section on the website. So if you have a business that you have and the business is wanting to donate a minimum of $100 every single month, what you could do is you could email the logo and then also a hyperlink to your website, and that can be posted there on the kids' website as a sponsor. So people who visit the website, who read about the orphanage school, who go there to donate or just to buy the shirts, they can click on the sponsor section. They can see your beautiful logo there. They can click on it and they'd be like, okay, well, this is a business who supports a great cause. So it's just it's a way to get your name out there while you're also supporting a great cause. And
I remember when I got kind of choked up literally in fifth grade. Every time I think about this, I was going to the ATM, Brooke, and I said, do you think we can do this together? And you said, Jody, you're doing so much. I'll take the lead. I literally was in the parking lot. I'm glad I was, because I got teared up, and you said, well, until Tevis, and oh, by the way, that's Brooke's husband. And you said to me, until we have our kids, these will be our kids. So how did you come up with the name? That was just one of those times that I'll never forget. So yeah, how did you come up with the name, and what has it been like for you in your personal development, Brooke, to go alongside and be instrumental in being the hub of taking care of these kids now for 20 months?
Well, there's definitely a lot of things that I didn't know about, but with back-to-back 4 kids, obviously, you know, when you're back-to-back with someone, it's you're there for them no matter what. So no matter what their needs, you're there. If they need something, you provide it. And I knew that that's what we were for the kids. So it kind of just, you know, made itself. You know, we're back-to-back for the kids. And I thought it was something catchy that people could remember, and it just really described what we are. And as far as like personal development, I mean, coming in contact with so many different people, learning so many new things, brainstorming with marketing, and just, you know, this is something I've never done before. So with anything new that you do, that you take on, that you add to your daily life, of course, that adds, you know, the development, because you have to make it happen. And that's just what I've had to do for the past 20 months. And I've enjoyed it. I love doing it. I really do. And I have a very soft spot in my being for kids. It's something that I truly care about. And I think a lot of people should care about it if it's not your forefront thought, as far as like if you want to help someone. I think kids is definitely important, because that's the future, and a lot of different things that happen to you in your childhood that can affect you more once you're an adult. There's a lot of psychology out there talk about from ages 1 to 7. Yes. So I think kids is a huge thing that I would want to focus on, as far as making the biggest impact that I possibly can. It goes right back to the shirts, making an impact. But that's just something I'm passionate about. I think a lot of people are passionate about it. And I think it's an area where I feel like I can excel and provide a lot of impact for the world is with starting with kids.
And you have done that. Going back to what Les Brown says, that children are 40% of our population, but 100% of our future. So,
Absolutely.
so we know that it's an amazing opportunity. I know that I just want to honor you to say, you just make it happen. Here, you and Tevis have just moved into your apartment. If you hear a little bit of an echo about this, this was just Brooke's way of doing things. Life's milkshake moment. She's going to do it anyway, and she's putting her ingredients together, moving boxes. You started out be there. See, that's what
Shake
you. What was that?
I said, then shake it up.
Shake it up. Yeah. Yeah, shake it up and blender that milkshake, and then you choose your ingredients wisely. So be a part. Know that it's a great value monetarily, but what you're going to get from personal development and also being a part of these Kenya Kids. Find your authenticity in your XY success strategy with our formidable speakers. When you come away from this, there will be much more. Getting involved with the Kenya Kids and getting to know Brooke Sherfield like I have been has been just an honor of a lifetime. Brooke, you're 1 in a million. And so I'm going to say thank you for shaking it up on Life's Milkshake Moment. I'm going to end with one of my favorite quotes of all times. It is you. It is you who can determine where you want to go, for you hold the future based on how much time and energy you working on yourself. Working on yourself now. Find out who you are, what you want, and go after it like your life depends on it, because it does. And Brooke, that's what you have done. You have done taking on this cause. It's going to show up in every of the 6 pillars of your life, every single one. Thank you so much for honoring me this time. Go back to those boxes. And remember, audience, life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely. See you Saturday and see you next Wednesday. And you're going to be having a Life's Milkshake moment for me on the beach. Ciao for now.